Another season begins, and Serie A 2025 and 26 promises to be a blazing stage where dazzling plays, thunderous shots, and fiery derbies will continue writing history. Who will defend the throne, who will overthrow the order, and who will struggle for survival? The teams are ready to step into the spotlight, the Predators are waiting for their chance, and the Warriors are eager for a comeback. So who are they? What strengths, weaknesses, and ambitions do they carry into the new season? Let's dive deep into each team. After the historic championship, Napoli has now become the target hunted by the whole of Serie A. On the pitch, their tactical system of high pressing and fastball progression remains the trademark. At the back, Romani and Di Lorenzo maintain solidity, while Lobotka and Anguissa continue to hold the role of regulators and balancers. Kvaratskhelia is still the #1 source of inspiration in attack, ready to create breakthroughs with skill and boldness, while the center forward position will be the key to determining whether they can maintain scoring efficiency. Napoli's strength lies in cohesion and fiery spirit, but they must face the psychological pressure of being champions and the thorough preparation of their opponent. Inter Milan begin the 2025 and 26 season haunted by the stumbles of last year, when they allowed Napoli to overtake them in the decisive stage. The defense with Bastoni, Acerbi, and goalkeeper Sommer remains a foundation, while the midfield is led by Barella, one of the most complete midfielders in Serie A today. In attack, Lautaro Martínez continues to carry the scoring burden, but Inter need more contributions from Marcus Thuram or a new signing to avoid relying too heavily on their Argentine captain. Inter's strength lies in the balance across the lines and their composure in big matches, but the issue is their inconsistent form against weaker sides. They enter the 2025 and 2026 seasons with major changes in the squad after a busy transfer summer. Juventus's defense remains the backbone, with Bremer and Danilo maintaining steady form, while Wojciech Szczęsny continues as the first-choice goalkeeper. The midfield is expected to improve thanks to the presence of Manuel Locatelli and several energetic new signings, but creativity is still a big question mark as Juve lacks a true number 10. Federico Chiesa has become their greatest hope, while Dusan Vlahović must prove consistency after a season of irregular scoring. Juventus's problem lies not only in a tactical approach that is too safety-oriented, but also in the psychological pressure of having gone many years without touching the Scudetto. AC Milan is in a rebuilding phase with major changes in the dugout and a reshaped squad. After several unstable seasons, the Rossoneri need a clear identity to return to the path of contention. Their biggest foundation lies in defense, where Fikayo Tomori and Malik Tia bring solidity, along with goalkeeper Maignan, who is always a reliable last line. In midfield, Sandro Tonali is no longer there, but the arrival of young, energetic faces, together with the experience of Rade Krunic, helps Milan maintain balance. Raphael Leão continues to be the main attacking spark, while Olivier Giroud or his successor plays the role of target man and finisher. Roma begin the 2025 and 26 season with new expectations following changes on the coaching bench. The most visible strength of Roma is their powerful midfield, with Bryan Cristante and Lorenzo Pellegrini always serving as pillars in balancing the style of play. Gianluca Mancini and Chris Smalling bring experience, though their speed and ability to cope with fast strikers remain weaknesses. Paulo Dybala continues to be the brightest star in attack, but Roma's major issue is their heavy dependence on his form and fitness. When Dybala is absent, the attack often lacks ideas and sharpness. Atalanta enters a new era as Gianpiero Gasperini is no longer on the sidelines. His successor, Ivan Juric, is expected to preserve the fiery spirit while also bringing greater balance. Atalanta's greatest strength remains their diverse attack. Ademola Lookman and Gianluca Scamacca can form a dangerous duo, while Toon Koopmeiners maintains his role as playmaker, with intelligent passing and powerful long-range shots. The defense, though having depth, sometimes lacks concentration, especially against teams that play fast counterattack. Fiorentina begin the 2025 and 26 season with a fresh breeze, as Stefano Pioli returns to lead the team. His presence brings a blend of tactical experience and deep understanding of the club. Fiorentina's strength lies in their pacey attack, with Nico Gonzalez and Jonathan Ikone. In midfield, Giacomo Bonaventura, though aging, still serves as the playmaker orchestrating the game, while Arthur Melo is expected to provide creativity. The defense, with Nikola Milinkovic as leader, is fairly solid but sometimes lacks concentration in set-piece situations. Fiorentina's major issue is their ability to sustain consistency throughout the season. The most realistic goal is to secure a European spot, while also showing resilience in the Conference League or Europa League to elevate their status. Lazio enters the new season under pressure to return to the European spots after a year of inconsistency. Their defense is led by Alessio Romagnoli and Niccolò Casale, but the lack of reliability in decisive matches remains a weakness that often costs the capital club valuable points. In midfield, much is expected from Sergej Milinkovic. Savic, the main source of energy and creativity, combined with Danilo Cataldi to maintain rhythm and support attacks. In attack, Ciro Immobile continues as the main striker, though age and injuries make it difficult for him to sustain his previous scoring levels. Lazio still possesses a technical, possession-oriented style, but their biggest problem is inconsistency between smaller matches and big games. Under Thiago Motta's guidance, Bologna plays a modern style of football, built on controlling tempo and the fluid movement of the midfield. Joshua Zirkzee stands out in attack with his hold-up play and varied finishing, while Riccardo Orsolini frequently creates breakthroughs with pace and skill on the wing. The defense, with Lukas Skorupski in goal and the solidity of Adama Sumaro, provides the necessary balance, though Bologna can still be vulnerable to quick counterattacks. Udinese have long been known as a launching pad for young talent. The strength of the Friuli club lies in its ability to discover and develop potential players, then build their style of play around standout individuals. Gerard Deulofeu, if healthy, remains the leader in attack thanks to his creativity and technique, while Beto provides strength and direct finishing ability. In midfield, Wallace plays the role of ball winner, ensuring solidity in front of the defense. Their biggest weakness is inconsistency. They can explode against big teams but easily drop points against equal-level opponents. On top of that, limited squad depth makes the team prone to fatigue during intense periods. Under coach Ivan Juric, Il Toro usually employs a three-defender system, emphasizing mid-block pressing and quick counterattacks. Center back Alessandro Buongiorno is the leader of the defense, solid in duels and effective in initiating build-up play. In midfield, Samuel Ricci and Carol Linetti provide mobility, while Alexei Miranchuk is expected to sustain creativity. Striker Duvan Zapata brings experience and strength, serving as the anchor in attack. However, Torino's weakness lies in inconsistent finishing. Parma's return to Serie A brings back memories of their golden era in the 1990s, when the club boasted legends like Buffon, Thuram, and Crespo. Today, they are no longer as glamorous, but still carry the ambition to rebuild and reclaim their rightful status. Under coach Fabio Pecchia, Parma focuses on defensive solidity, with goalkeeper Cicciazola and the center-back duo Valentio Sorio. In midfield, Adrian Bernabe is the creative figure, playing the role of connector and initiator of attacks. Dennis Mann and Mihaila provide speed on the flanks, while Roberto Ingles or Benedicek take on the goal-scoring responsibility. Cagliari have always been one of the teams with the strongest fighting spirit in Serie A, especially in relegation battles. At their home ground, the Unipol Domus, they often generate a fiery atmosphere. Captain João Pedro remains the spiritual symbol, while Gianluca Lapadula carries the goal-scoring role with his experience-rich style of play. Nahit Nandez brings energy and ball-winning ability, while Pavoletti is a reliable aerial option when needed. Lecce is a modest club but full of the desire to survive. The Via del Mare Stadium remains a crucial fortress, where their physical style of play and fiery spirit have often helped them take points against stronger opponents. In attack, much is expected from Hassan Cisse and Lamek Banda, players with speed and the ability to create breakthroughs on the counter. Morten Jolman plays the role of ball winner and tempo controller, while the defense is marshaled by center-back Basharoto, a symbol of fighting spirit. Lecce's biggest weakness is the lack of sharpness in attack. Hellas Verona still embodies the image of a gritty team, always knowing how to fight to the end, even though they often sit in the lower part of the table. Isak Hien and Dawidovic provide a certain solidity in defense, while Lorenzo Montapa is a reliable presence between the posts. Milan Duric and Thomas Henry are the main weapons in aerial situations, while Cyril Nonge adds speed and boldness from the wing. Verona's major issue is that their style relies too heavily on long balls and aerial play, lacking creative solutions when opponents sit deep defensively. Above all, their limited squad depth makes them prone to fatigue in the final stretch of the season. Sassuolo returns to Serie A after a season of relegation and immediately wants to prove they still have a clear identity. Domenico Berardi remains the soul of the team, not only scoring goals but also leading the play with his creativity and vast experience. Alongside him, Andrea Pinamonti is the main center forward, while Loriente brings speed and unpredictability on the wing. In midfield, Maxime Lopez ensures balance, but Sassuolo's defense is still a concern, as they often concede many goals due to lapses in concentration. Returning to Serie A after 2 years away, Cremonese brings the determination of a team eager to prove itself. David Okereke remains a key spearhead in attack thanks to his speed and ability to create breakthroughs, while Cyril Dessers provides a finishing option inside the box. In midfield, Charles Pickle plays the role of ball winner, helping Cremonese maintain balance between defense and attack. Their strength lies in their fighting spirit, especially at the Giovanni Zini Stadium, but their clear weakness is a lack of top-level experience, along with a defense that often commits individual errors. After 34 years of waiting, Pisa has finally returned to Serie A. As a newly promoted team, their top priority is solidity, avoiding naive mistakes that could prove costly. Pisa relies heavily on the attacking duo of Ettore Gliozzi and Lorenzo Luca, tall, powerful players in aerial battles who also know how to capitalize on set-piece opportunities. In midfield, Marius Marin plays the role of leader, keeping rhythm and organizing play. The team's spirit and excitement of being back under the Serie A spotlight are Pisa's main strengths, but their weaknesses lie in limited experience and a thin squad. For them, every match will feel like a final. 19. Como. Como is one of the most intriguing stories in Serie A this season, returning to the top division after decades and carrying an ambitious project backed by wealthy investors. The Lake Como club has prepared thoroughly, from upgrading their stadium to recruiting players with Serie A experience, to build a solid foundation. Patrick Cutrone is a notable name, with his energetic style of play and decisive finishing ability. Cesc Fabregas, now transitioned from player to coaching staff, continues to leave his mark through experience and tactical intelligence, helping to shape the team's style. 20. Empoli. The Tuscan club does not possess big stars, but makes up for it with team spirit and the ability to showcase new talents for Italian football. Tommaso Baldonzi is the brightest hope, with his skillful technique and creativity in midfield. In goal, Guglielmo Vicario has often made crucial saves, helping Empoli withstand pressure. In attack, they rely on Francesco Caputo, the veteran full of experience, though no longer at his physical peak. Empoli's strengths lie in cohesion and their ability to take advantage of home matches, but their weaknesses are inexperience when facing stronger opponents and a lack of squad depth. Serie A 2025 and 26 opens as a thrilling race, where every match can shift the balance. This is not only a playground of tactics, but also an arena of character and ambition. A season full of surprises awaits, where victory and defeat will be decided by the smallest of moments.